cat, Preggy Mama. She's a Preggy Mom. She's a Preggy Mama cat. She's a Preggy Mama cat. Mama cat. Kailan may di ko maiisip ang mundo naman ka. Nanganak ka na ba? Nanganak na? May kahon ka na ha? Doon ka na manganganak sa box mo. Ha, Mama Cat? Yan na yung tiyan niya. Bye-bye na, Mama. Bye-bye. See ya. See ya. Good night. Bye-bye. Mama Cat. Ano siya, no? Nahulog. Tagal ng box niya eh. Ayaw sa box. Sila nagko-comment? Hi, where you from? Tinulugan tayo ni Mama Kate. Look at the chan. Look at the chan. Hi, not love 22. Wala naman. Wala namang nanonood. Hi, not love 22. Hi. Okay, tama yung mata. Nag-REM na yung pusa ko.
Naghahanap ka ba ng permanent work from home job this 2024? Then
Ilan taon ka na sa work from home?
8 years and
8 years naman.
8 years.
Ang dami nanonood sa akin na teenagers na gusto magtrabaho as being freelance. Ano ma-advise mo sa kanila since 8 years ka na sa field ngayon?
Start young. Kasi pag mas maaga mo siyang sinimulan, mas marami ka pang opportunities na pwede mong i-explore. Yun, ano siya, maganda siyang part-time. I mean, mag-start ka as part-time. Tapos if you think it's working for you, then go full-time.
Tingnan nyo nga naman, napakarami na ang bumibili ng mga almusal. At ang una ko ang naluto dito, itong aking macaroni, spaghetti at palabok. At syempre, itong mga luto namin kakanin ni Mister nung gabi ng Sabado. At eto na nga, naluto na itong aking unang kawa ng pansit canton na marami talaga ang naghihintay na maluto ito. Sa araw nga na ito, kahit na umabsent yung aking helper na tendera, ay 3 anak ko naman na babae ang nagtatakal at nagbebenta sa mga customer. Salamat dahil sa araw na ito ay tumulong yung aking anak na panganay sa pagbebenta. Etong anak ko na panganay na ito ay graduate na dito sa tindahan. Talaga namang mula elementary, high school hanggang college ay nagbabantay po ng tindahan ito. At napakabihira na lang itong magbantay ng tindahan gawa ng siya ay nagtatrabaho na at busy lagi sa trabaho. Kaya naman iba talaga ang pakiramdam ng isang nanay kapag alam mo na mahuhusay at magagaling ang aking mga tindera. At tingnan nyo nga naman,
How did Chinese people do rice farming? It may surprise you to learn that rice growing and fish aquaculture are done side by side in China. Actually, they begin by filling earthen pots with rice seeds, which are then placed on rubber plates that float. Fish can flourish below, and rice can grow on top as a result. When the crop is ready, machinery is used to transport it to the beach and harvest it.
Good
How did
morning,
Chinese people do
Mommy.
rice farming? It may surprise you to
Ano?
learn that rice
Maaga na ka
growing
na?
and fish aquaculture are
Ha?
done side by side in
Pwede
China.
mo.
Actually, they begin by filling earthen pots with rice seeds, which are then placed on rubber plates that float. Fish can flourish below, and rice can grow on top as a result. When the crop is ready, machinery is used to transport it to the beach and harvest it. How did Chinese people do rice farming?
Hi, my name is Yvette. I'm calling from House.
Welcome to San Andreas. I'm CJ from.
I don't recommend cutting off people. At the same time, I'm very careful to choose who are my close friends. Do you understand there's a difference between cutting people off and cutting off influence? Now, some people are ultra sensitive. They cannot take pressure. The truth is this: you cannot get out of this world. The Bible says you are in the world, but not of the world. So I would say be careful. Don't cut off people. If you cut off people, how will you influence them? But be careful, you don't let them influence you. If they say something bad about you, you surrender that to the Lord. When people attack you, there are only three possibilities. Number one, it is not true. You say, praise God. Number two, it is true. You say, Lord, I will repent. Number three, it is half true. Yun ang pinakamasakit, half true. So Lord, I'll be careful. Because what they are saying may be true. I'll be careful.
Peach and mangoes are made for each other. On this episode,
The universe is listening to everything you say and everything you think and saying, okay, you can get that. So then it starts to bring you in and bring things into you. And I know this sounds far-fetched, but it's amazing how it works. If you do a good general positive statement for yourself, the universe will figure out how to manifest that, how to bring that about in your life. So things could happen that you wouldn't expect at all, but they will happen. And gratitude works a lot. Just being grateful for everything. The more, I always say the universe loves gratitude. The more you're grateful for what the good is in your life, the more good you get to be grateful about. And that is what the law of thinking is. When you learn how it works, miracles happen. What you think and what you believe is what will come true for you. Your thoughts create your life. It's that simple. And when we can get that, we can make enormous changes. The universe is listening to everything you say and everything you think. And saying, okay, you can get that. So then it starts to bring you in and bring.
살만한가 봐. 콜레라가 나오고. 아, 뭔 개소리야, 이씨. 너 아니야? 그럼 이게 무슨 소리야? 야, 너 어디가? 아니, 저쪽에서 무슨 소리? 야, 탐지, 신호 없습니다. 이게 어디서 개수작이야, 씨. 야, 입 닥치고 빨리 돌아가. 뒤 돌아! 가, 빨리.
Still awake? Well, you're not alone. On some nights, falling asleep or staying asleep can feel really tricky. And we all know that being tired is just no fun. So in this series, we'll explore the latest in sleep science. We've interviewed and collaborated with top sleep researchers and doctors to bring you information that can help you develop good sleep habits and put them into practice now. And I'll show you that for many people, mindfulness and meditation are among the best ways to getting a good night's sleep and to waking up rested, restored, and refreshed. At the end of every episode, I'll guide you through wind-down techniques that you can return to again and again to help you get to sleep. In this first episode, we're going to explore myths about sleep. There is so much misinformation out there, so we'll look at what's true and what's not. So, welcome to the first series where we hope you won't make it to the end credits still awake. Hi, I'm Eve, and I'll be your guide on a journey to better sleep. When it comes to a good night's rest, everyone has their own theories. It's nearly impossible to know what to believe. Let's start with a piece of conventional wisdom I know I was raised with. The old, everyone needs 8 hours of sleep a night myth. Well, it turns out 8 isn't a magical number. It's more of an average than an actual goal. Yes, the sweet spot does lie somewhere between 7 and 9 hours for adults. And I know that's the case for me. But it varies from person to person and can change over a lifetime. What about the saying, you can never get too much of a good thing? Unfortunately, it seems you really can. Whether it's too many sweets or too much sleep. Did you know that regularly sleeping more than 9 hours a night has been linked to diabetes, heart disease, and other problems? But what's more important than counting hours is listening to your body and understanding what it needs. Still, it's true, tracking time is a habit that's hard to kick. In fact, it's probably where the I don't need to worry about how much sleep I get during the week because that's what weekends are for myth comes from. The answer to that one is complicated. Yes, you can make up for an occasional bad night by sleeping in. But when your sleep-wake schedules swing back and forth every week, it can lead to health issues. Well, then you might think, in that case, why not cut down on sleep altogether? In other words, what about
I'll sleep when I'm dead. That saying might be true technically, but it's also true that to get more out of life, you need enough sleep. Sleep is like food. Sure, you can limit yourself to a few hundred calories a day, but you'll end up with huge health problems as well. You need a certain amount of food and sleep, not just to stay alive, but to thrive. Prolonged and extreme sleep deprivation can have serious ramifications when it comes to your health. This next one may really surprise you. The common recommendation that exercising at night is bad for sleep is overblown. In fact, one study showed it's quite the opposite. That for most healthy people, working out at night doesn't adversely affect the ability to sleep. It may actually help you fall asleep and spend more time in deep sleep. The caveat is that doing a high-intensity workout less than an hour before hitting the hay is probably not a good idea. You need to give yourself a few hours to let your body temperature come down and your heart rate to regulate. Okay, so by now, you might agree that getting a solid night's sleep is important. So how do we achieve this? If you're an adult, some might say a glass of wine or a cocktail before bed will help you unwind. Sleep specialist Dr. Jason Ong of Northwestern University says that alcohol may help you fall asleep quickly. After all, it is a sedative. But chances are you won't sleep as deeply once you do nod off. That's because alcohol suppresses REM, the stage of sleep that's associated with memory consolidation and emotional well-being. What's more, alcohol also increases the likelihood of snoring. And I'm sure we've all experienced that. And it can all add up to a bad night's sleep. So if you're of drinking age and you do want that cocktail, consider this. Your body can process alcohol at about 1 drink per hour. So try to finish your last drink at least 2 hours before bedtime. That should give you enough time to eliminate alcohol from your body so it doesn't impact your sleep.
Tulog na, Mama Kat. Tulog na. Nanganganak na naman siya eh.
Okay, so if alcohol comes with a warning, what about coffee? What about that assumption all caffeine is bad for you? I know that caffeine has long been demonized as the enemy to sleep. And sure, it does stay in our systems longer than alcohol. But that doesn't mean as adults we have to kick the habit. Coffee or tea are generally fine if you just keep an eye on timing and quantity. 2 or 3 cups a day before 5 p.m. are no problem for most people. It may become problematic if you drink more or later than that. So, what's the biggest sleep myth out there? It might be one we all cling to, that there's a single surefire trick to dozing off. And if only we knew what it was, our lives would be perfect. The truth is, there isn't a single technique that works for everyone. Not only that, the more effort we put into it, the more we try to hack sleep with tricks and rules and techniques, the more it works against us. One approach that doesn't seem to be a myth is meditation and mindfulness. Studies have shown that practicing meditation can calm the nervous system, and deep breathing generates a feeling of serenity as well. This is why meditation is great for anyone seeking better sleep health. It can help us let go of that rigid mindset that keeps us from drifting off. So now, if you're ready to relax, let's begin the wind down exercise. Before you do anything else, I'd just like you to take a moment to get comfortable. Even if you don't usually go to sleep on your back, let's begin the exercise by lying flat or leaning back comfortably. You can have your knees bent slightly if you'd like, but just enjoying that feeling of the body letting go and relaxing, sinking into the surface beneath you. We're going to begin tonight's exercise with a little breathing routine. So first, just bringing the attention to the breath and just noticing where you feel it. In the nose, the throat, the chest, or the diaphragm. And we're going to be taking a deep breath in for 4, holding it for 4, and then breathing out for 6. So, are you ready? Let's begin. So, breathing in for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 4, 2, 3, 4. Now breathing out for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In for 4, 2, 3, 4. Holding it for 4, 2, 3, 4. Out for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In for 4, 2, 3, 4. Holding for 4, 2, 3, 4. Out for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In for 4, 2, 3, 4. Holding for 4, 2, 3, 4. And out for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. Now just returning the breath to normal. Next, we're going to do a very simple visualization. Just imagining a steady flow of warm sunlight gradually filling the body up from the feet. So starting at your feet, that warm sunlight dissolving any tension, any discomfort as it starts to fill the body, filling up the toes one by one, moving up through the feet and the legs, experiencing the qualities of warmth, space, and ease as it continues to travel up through the body. Up past the waist, the back, and the stomach. It's as though that sunlight just washes away any discomfort. And it continues up through the chest and the back, into the shoulders and down the arms. All the way down to the hands and the fingers. A sense of relief in the body and stillness in the mind as it continues to travel up through the neck and the throat, into the head and face, all the way to the very top of the body, until there's nothing other than that sense of stillness remaining. So if the mind feels very active still, then you can allow the body to continue resting as it is, but mentally, slowly, begin to count backward from 1,000 to 0. A very steady pace, not rushing it, not trying to fall asleep, just focusing on counting from one number to the next in reverse. And knowing that it really doesn't matter too much when sleep comes. As you lie there in this way, both the mind and the body are getting all the rest that they need. If you're still awake and interested in learning more, check out the next episode in our series, where we will focus on how our devices keep us up at night and what we can do to break out of technology's strong grip on our sleep. See you then. Are your devices keeping you up at night? How do those glowing screens and vibrating phones manage to jangle your brain and make your mind too busy to sleep? When the lights finally go out, does your mind turn on? In this episode, we'll take a look at what happens to our minds and bodies when we just can't quit our devices. And we'll help you develop a wiser, more mindful approach to sleep that will focus on letting go of our round-the-clock relationship to them. At the end of this episode, I'll guide you through a wind down so you can start the process of resetting that relationship. Hi, I'm Eve, and I'll be your guide on a journey to better sleep. There's no denying that technology has made our lives easier, more efficient, and more fun. But at what cost? As we're increasingly tethered to our devices, checking emails, obsessing over social media, tracking our sleep, technology has gotten really good at keeping us awake. But as we know, life wasn't always so complicated. When we slept, and for how long, followed seasonal changes. The only pressure to wake up for work came from the sun. Some experts believe that the Industrial Revolution was responsible for radically altering our sleep patterns. All of a sudden, people were able to work around the clock with the aid of artificial oil and gas lamps. In 1879, Thomas Edison invented the incandescent light bulb. It seems to have had a tremendous impact on our circadian rhythm. That's the body's natural cycle that tells us when to sleep and when to wake. But more importantly, this artificial lighting was the means for a much longer workday, which quickly changed our attitudes towards sleep. Since then, our sleep patterns have continued to go through a roller coaster of changes. The rise of modern technology set the course for even more disruptions to our natural sleep cycles. It used to be that the primary source of blue light was from the sun, but now we can find it all around us, by way of TVs, computers, and yes, our handheld devices. And they keep us constantly connected to our waking lives. Even after we turn off the bedside lamp, we often lie in bed with our glowing screens just a nose length away from our eyeballs. And the bright light can disrupt the crucial transition from wakefulness to sleepiness. Normally, Levels of melatonin, a naturally secreted hormone released with the onset of darkness, rise an hour or two before bedtime, signaling to our bodies that it's time to sleep. When we're immersed in that steady stream of photon-filled blue light from our devices, melatonin production is suppressed, and the light tells our brain, awake mode on. One study found that people who use devices like iPads before bed had more disrupted sleep patterns and were less rested in the morning compared to those who read physical books. This is because the blue light from our devices radiates directly into our eyes. Those who use devices also had shorter REM sleep, which is an important phase of sleep that helps consolidate memories. So what about blue light blocking glasses? Could they help? Well, some medical professionals say the problem isn't blue light, it's how to best use our devices. Switching to the warmer, dimmer night mode might help because it limits exposure to too much light close to bedtime. And there may be other factors at play as well. When we take our devices into bed and see new likes on a picture we just posted, or a new text from a friend, this causes the release of another chemical in our brains, dopamine. Dopamine makes us feel happy, and it triggers the reward system in our brain, making it really hard to quit that device. And if you think it's hard for adults, it's even harder for some teens, who may lack the self-control to stop the obsessive behavior of checking devices. So, what are some things we can do to fix this dilemma? First, it's good to remember that technology isn't inherently good or bad, so it's really up to us how we use it. And that's an empowering idea. This isn't just about getting better sleep. It's about forming healthier habits with our devices too. Changing how we use our devices is a good first step. Maybe try dusting off that old alarm clock. And if you're not already doing this, try putting your phone on Do Not Disturb. Makes a big difference in the quality of your sleep. And when you are using a device before bed, use it in a way that can help you get to sleep. For example, try listening to some soothing music, or use it to listen to a sleep wind down or sleepcast to help you relax and guide you towards sleep. This nightly ritual can be one of the most effective ways to help us fall asleep, simply by focusing our attention on being mindful of the present moment. So now, if you are ready for sleep or to relax, let's wind down. Before you do anything else, I'd just like you to take a moment to get comfortable. Let's begin the exercise by lying flat or at a comfortable recline. Maybe knees slightly bent if you'd like. And just enjoying that feeling of the body letting go, relaxing and sinking down. We're going to begin the exercise with a little breathing routine. So first, just bringing the attention to the breath. Just noticing where you feel it. In the nose, the throat, the chest, or the diaphragm. We're going to be taking a deep breath in for 4, holding it for 4, and then breathing out for 6. So, are you ready? Let's begin. Breathing in for 4, 2, 3, 4. Hold it for 4, 2, 3, 4. Now breathing out for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in for 4, 2, 3, 4. Holding it for 4, 2, 3, 4. Out for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in for 4, 2, 3, 4. Holding it for 4, 2, 3, 4. Out for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In for 4, 2, 3, 4. Holding for 4, 2, 3, 4. And out for 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. Now just returning the breath to normal. Now I'd like you to begin by thinking back to the very first part of the day. It's almost as though you're watching a video fast forwarding through the day, and you're touching on each of the main things that happened, reviewing them in your mind's eye. So it might be as simple as getting up, having breakfast, taking a shower, getting ready for work, starting your work. Just apply that level of detail as you visualize or just picture the events of the day. And maybe you touch on 20, 25 little moments that bring you all the way up to the present moment. You're going to repeat this review a couple of times. So when you do this each time, you're only
Bye-bye.
going to take about
Bye-bye, guys. Thank you for
20
watching.
or 30 seconds,
Bye. Sleep na si
briefly
Sia.
going back through the day
Bye-bye.
and bringing the mind all the way up to the present moment.